An update now on our award-winning investigation into the forgotten families. Last year, we started covering some New York City families who were moved out of homeless shelters and into dilapidated homes in New Jersey. Now, a class action lawsuit has been filed on behalf of those families and others. CBS 2's Lisa Rozner reports.
It was not once, but twice that New York City managed to move Shakira Jones and her young children out of a New York City shelter and into unsafe apartments in Newark, New Jersey. Jones has since asked us to conceal her face, but in February 2019, she told us,
my heat would go out. I was in here for days with my children with no electricity.
Jones, like others we profiled, was relocated through the New York City Special One-Time Assistance Program, or SOTA. New York City's Department of Homeless Services, or DHS, paid landlords across the river 1 year's rent upfront to house eligible working homeless families. The idea was after the year, families could pay their own rent. But because the homes were uninhabitable, families like Jones moved back to a New York City shelter. She is now the lead plaintiff in a class action lawsuit filed by the Legal Aid Society and law firm Lowenstein Sandler against New York City and Newark, New Jersey. It cites our reporting.
We represent people who have already moved there, and we represent people who would like to move there.
Legal Aid estimates a third of the nearly 54,000 people in NYC shelters qualify for SOTA, but Newark is not allowing them to move there.
Newark is unfairly stigmatizing people who have lived in New York City shelters. People have a right to move wherever they want to move, and that here they have a group of people who are working and they're anxious to get on with their lives.
The lawsuit also calls on NYC to put in writing the new SOTA inspection rules announced after the city's Department of Investigation found multiple flaws last December. Lisa Rozner, CBS 2 News.
A city spokesperson says they've improved the apartment review process and now pay landlords in other cities monthly instead of yearly. He says the city will defend against the lawsuit. No one from Newark got back to us.